This kid is bloated. There we go. Good job, buddy. This heifer here has been on the struggle bus. I feel like I need to apologize to my neighbors. I found a little surprise in the pasture last night. That's not your mom. What you got there? Hello, good day. I had no intentions of picking up the camera today, but I've got a few things going on that I think I want to show you. I have got a sick kid. Poppy's incision is starting to look a little suspicious on the bottom, so we're gonna investigate that a little bit. And then one of our other heifers calved, so I'll just take you out back and show the calf. Me and my daughter are going to be going to Wisconsin Farm Technology Days together, which, looking at the forecast, I think I might regret that decision. This whole week's just gonna get hotter and more humid. So today I'm really just trying to get caught up, get ahead so that I can be gone most of the day tomorrow. And then I work a really long day the day after that. So it's gonna be 2 days before I can really get anything done around here. The vet is coming in 3 days to pregnancy check our Hereford Jersey heifer, Nora. Our plan with her is to hopefully have her produce more milk than her calf needs because she's part Jersey, and that I can bank some milk from her. If I have bottle kids, then I can feed them cow's milk instead of feeding milk replacers. Her freshening date would coincide with our April kidding, so hopefully that all works out. So I'm not gonna show you a lot today. This is gonna be quick and easy, and then it'll be 3 or 4 days until I'm back. This kid is bloated. You can see he's all bloated up. That is not common at all in dam-raised kids. So I'm not sure what his deal is. So we're gonna give him an antibiotic. So it's more than likely a clostridial overgrowth. So we're gonna start out giving him an oral dose, and then we'll switch to a muscle dose. Hi, buddy. So this is the kid that also had the respiratory infection. So I've got a pretty good inkling that he'll go downhill from here on out. So I'm also gonna give him a pain reliever that also has some like toxin binding properties. My vet recommended that. This is only my second case of Abomasal bloat ever. I had my first one this past spring. I consulted with my vet just because I don't have a lot of experience with it. I wanted to make sure, yep, I was doing the right thing. And she's like, yep, go ahead, give the antibiotic. And then I also want you to give him a little bit of the NSAID. And also it should hopefully make him feel a little better to keep him nursing. As I'm editing here, I don't think I described Abomasal bloat very well. So basically, for some reason, the abomasum is fermenting at a much quicker rate than it should be, and it's causing more gas to be created than what the abomasum can deal with at one time. And that changes the pH, which allows bad bacteria to take over, typically a clostridial type bacteria. So they need to have an antibiotic to kill off those bad, fast fermenting bacteria, which is to the detriment of the good bacteria. But there's no option. You have to keep those bad bacteria from rapidly fermenting and causing the gas. The reason I mentioned binding toxins is because those clostridial bacteria, as they proliferate, produce neurotoxins. So if you don't deal with that as well, you can start to see neurological symptoms. So typically you're gonna see like a clostridial overgrowth in like a bottle fed kid where the milk isn't being fed at the same temperature all the time, or the milk replacer was mixed wrong and the solids are differing from batch to batch, or something like that, where there's like changes. It's just not as common in a dam raised kid. So, well, actually, I'm gonna weigh him first to make sure I have the right weight. All right, that is correct. Wish me luck. I can usually get an IV on these little guys. It's just I don't have anybody here to help me hold him, so it's just a little more difficult. And you can hardly breathe the way it is, huh? Oh, help me see his vein a little bit. There we go. Good job, buddy. So putting a little alcohol on him when you're doing an IV, like for a big doe, I don't need to do that. But on these little guys, it really does help that it kind of slicks their hair down, and it helps that vein kind of pop out, and it helps you visualize it a little more. Even though I usually do more just feeling, it does help to be able to kind of see it a little. I hope you feel better soon, buddy. Yeah. I'll try to follow him. And I guess I just want to show you the effects of like being sick as such a young kid has down the line. I can guarantee you, even though he was one of the biggest kids, he will fall back, because now he's been on 2 different antibiotics. He'll have like damage in his gut lining. It will become a trickle-down effect, and I guarantee you he will not wean at any record-setting weights. He'll probably be in the bottom 25%. So it's starting to look a little inflamed and weepy at the bottom. So I'm just gonna go in from the side with a needle first to see if there's any fluid in there that needs to be drained off. If it does, the vet placed a separate single stitch at the bottom that can be used as a drain, in which case I'll remove that, open it back up with a scalpel, and then flush it out with like a diluted betadine solution. Make sure there's no chunks in there, get it all cleaned out. I couldn't get any fluid out, which could just mean that there's like chunks there or there's not a ton of fluid. But when I pulled it out, there is like a pussy fluid leaking out of the hole from the needle. So I am gonna go ahead and open up that bottom stitch. Oh, it's so sticky today, I can't even get gloves on. I got an iodine bath. You have no idea how hard it was for me to put this halter on backwards to tie her up on that side. Even when the vet got here to do surgery, like, I'm like, sorry, my brain won't let me put this on backwards. Your muscle memory does so much, and when you gotta do something different, it's like, I couldn't make my brain do it. All right, Poppy. What are we doing? Just walk. All you have to do is walk. Get off. So that wasn't bad at all. There was a little bit of fluid in there to drain out. Not much. I probably could have just left it, but I'd rather open it up now, clean it out, and let it drain than wait a day or two, especially knowing that I'm not going to be home much in the next 2 days to deal with anything. It's dealt with. It can drain. We're good to go. You could probably hear it in the background, but there's been a lot of bellowing going on. This heifer here has been on the struggle bus. Right, heifer? So, her calf is currently laying behind one of those round bales. She wants to go eat, and the calf isn't coming with her, and she won't go eat without the calf. So like most cows, wait till their calves are tucked in a nice place, and then they just go eat, and then they come back. These two don't want to leave their calves, which means they don't eat. So they just stand there and go, meh, meh, meh. All right, so I think this is the new one. This is a little heifer calf. And then this is the one that's, let's see, he's like 6 days old now. I know, little buddies, the flies are bad. I feel so bad. He's kind of a solid little guy. Are you a solid little guy? Hello? Okay. And you are a tiny little pipsqueak. Hi, can I? There we go. I better touch you now while you still let me, because it only lasts a day or two, huh? Don't worry, Mama. I ain't hurting your calf. Come on, Brandon. The flies have just been horrible. We're doing everything we can for flies, but they're bad this year. Everybody I've talked to, and it's all of them. Horn flies, face flies, gnats, deer flies. Oh, the deer flies have been horrible. Just everything. They're everywhere. The weather's been like just perfect for all of them. The mosquitoes are bad. I mean, it's a nasty year for bugs. There you go. He's getting a good drink. This is what I'm talking about. She just wants the calf to come along. She won't go eat. Go eat. It's fine. He's hiding. I feel like I need to apologize to my neighbors. Good morning. Well, I found a little surprise in the pasture last night. I have had one heck of a week where I've had so many things going on. I haven't had a full day on the farm to work on projects. We went to Wisconsin Farm Technology Days last week. Me and my daughter, we brought my granddaughter for her first one. That was something that my family went to every year when I was a kid. We didn't vacation or anything, so that was one of our one fun days. It's a farm show with a bunch of vendors there and big equipment, field demonstrations with the equipment, and it's nice to see what's new and what's going on. You get free goodies, like you don't have to buy pens because I got 50 of them at Farm Tech Days. My granddaughter loved it. She climbed up on the equipment, and there were some cattle there that she pet, and there was a Wisconsin fur trappers. They had like a table full of furs that she got to roll around in. They were like, put her up there, wrap some furs around her. It was really fun. We had a little picnic. It was a hot day. It has been so hot and humid here. I've not been wearing enough clothes around the farm to be filming anything. So it's been really dry for like the last 6 weeks. Despite my complaining about not being able to make hay, what has happened is we've had rain forecasted like every other day for like 6 weeks, but it's only been like a 40% chance, which is too risky to like cut hay. That's why nobody's been able to get hay off. Isn't actually because we've been getting a ton of rain. If we do have rain, they're just these little tiny storm cells that blow through and they're gone in 10 minutes. We did actually get rain this weekend. We got like overnight and then on and off the next day. So our total rainfall here in the last couple days has been 2 9/10, so almost 3 inches. So that's, man, did we need it. And gosh, everything looks so different already. Has really greened up. So I've got everybody bale. I got a bale out here. They're bale grazing. Hi. Nora wants to say hello. Hi, sweetie. So I got everybody out here bale grazing because there wasn't really much forage left. So now I'll be able to get them moving again. So here's our new guy. You are kind of brown. You're a little bit like chocolatey brown. It was hard to tell with the flashlight last night. I know, these flies are bad. It should get better. It should get better. Good job, Mom. I think this is the first time you've ever calved before your due date. She's usually like 2 full weeks past her due date. I started inducing by 10 days because otherwise her calves were like so big. Oh, that's not your mom. That's not your mom. Hello. Oh, big poops. Are you gonna be friendly like your mom? You're a good sized calf. Sturdy little thing. So I've just got one cow left now. She has been leaking milk for over a week, but not doing anything. Nope. No calf for you yet, huh? No calf. All right, maybe today, Kathy. Maybe. Are you gonna come by Mom? That would actually be a half sibling. I use this, that's the same, this one is the same semen as that calf. I think he's confused. Temple, I think he doesn't know where you are. Then these two calves over here, they're finally hanging out together quite a bit. The moms take turns babysitting. You're on babysitting duty? So that's a little heifer calf and that's the bull calf. Oh, I didn't even look. I just realized I never even looked if this was a heifer calf or a bull calf. Oh, a little heifer. All right, buddy. I'm truly not sure how much I'm gonna pick up the camera today. I feel like I'm really far behind and I just have to like get stuff done without the interruption of constantly setting up a camera. I haven't had my coffee yet. I'm just doing my morning check. That little kid that had the clostridial gut, He's doing really good. He pulled through, so he should be fine. And actually, he didn't really fall back at all, which is shocking, because normally after that, they just, you know, it does damage to their gut lining and they just don't do that great. But now Poppy, my doe that had the C-section, so she's like 11 days post-op now. She spiked a fever. She's looking a little depressed. I'm hoping it's just metritis, which is like a uterine infection. They can get little leaks, and if that uterus is leaking into her abdomen, that's big trouble. So I'm really hoping that's not the case. She was on antibiotics after her surgery, was doing great. And the other night I milked her, and she didn't give quite as much milk as she had been, and she seemed a little bit not annoying and obnoxious like she normally is. Like, she normally follows me around and is really annoying. So I thought I better take her temperature, and it was 104. Put her back on antibiotics yesterday. She's doing okay. If she did have peritonitis, I would expect her to go downhill pretty quick by today. So we'll see how she's doing. Well, I was just finishing up all my morning stuff, and I was gonna go in for a little lunch break, and I see Kathy had her calf. I have no idea when she popped that thing out, because about a half hour ago I looked out that way and I saw her up grazing in the same spot she's standing in now, except for now she's licking off a calf. So we'll go check it out quick, and then I really have to eat breakfast, lunch, now that it's 1 o'clock. Hey, Mama. What you got there? You just have this baby? What do we got? Oh, really? Okay. Ooh, another heifer. Good girl. I used the last of my red Angus semen on her, hoping she might have a red calf. So Kathy is half red Devon, half the Simmental Angus mutt. I thought there was a chance maybe she'd have a red calf. All right, good girl. Looks like she just dropped that thing. So we'll give her some time to keep cleaning it off. I'll be able to see that from my kitchen window. So I'll just check out now and then while I'm eating lunch, just to make sure the calf is up and nursing. I don't think it'll be a problem. It's kind of nice. I didn't have to really do much at all for calving this year. I kind of helped that first heifer. The only reason I was a little worried with that one is just because it was so early and I thought it might be a chance that it wasn't alive. So I wanted to make sure she got some assistance, but yeah, so I only had 4 to calve this year. I had culled 2 over the winter, and then Nora here is going to be the replacement. And so five cows kind of maxes me out in terms of pasture. So all our calves are born, and they aren't even due till 5 days from now. All early this year, and all looks like they're all pretty vigorous calves, so can't complain.